they can bring peace to them.
Now, Nairobi Governor Kidero today appeared before the Senate Committee on Finance and Investment to help assist in the recovery of 72 billion shillings owed to the county government by the national government and other state agencies. Our senior parliamentary reporter Patrick Amimo covered that for us and now joins us live from our City Centre studios with an update. Patrick, what are some of the things that Kidero told the committee about this money that is owed to his county government?
Thank you, Akisa. This is a matter that we've seen the Nairobi City County Governor Kidero petition the Senate as an oversight institution that looks at affairs touching on county governments. He's petitioning, he wants the Senate to at least compel the national government, pay it, and its agencies pay the county government at least a debt of 72 billion shillings, which is owed to the county government by the national government. According to Kidero, he says that the county government is now facing financial crisis. It cannot meet some of its obligations, which include provision of service delivery, like such services like garbage collection, street lighting, improvement of healthcare facilities at its education system. Also, such other services like ensuring that there is a roads are constructed. So he says that, according to him, he says that at least the government, national government, its agencies, in terms of the provision of services, it's owing at least 8.9 billion shillings, which he wants to recover. Some of these monies are owed to the previous defunct Nairobi City Council, which was inherited by the Nairobi City County. So he's gone to the Senate and says that he wants these particular monies paid. Out of these, we've seen that the county government also is demanding 63 billion shillings from the Department of Defense for the 2,000-acre piece of land it sold to that is now housing the Embakasi garrison in the east part of Nairobi. That money has not been paid, despite the county government having sold that land to the national government. The other monies are related to the parking fees. We have like money related to parking fees is 154 million shillings. There's that money owed to the Kenya Power Waylease, about 605 million shillings. There is money owed by the National Assembly, which the Kidero has gone to 48 million shillings. Like Kenya Railways Corporation is at least has a debt of 221 million shillings. We have he's also complaining that some of he's facing huge salary arrears by the workforce that was inherited from the national government. So, according to Kidero, at least the government spends 18 billion shillings annually to pay the salaries and remuneration for the workforce. And he says this is a huge demand, given that it gets about 13 billion shillings from the national government. So he feels that if this money was to be paid, the 72 billion shillings, then it will assist and transform the city to a world-class status. He says some of the grand plans, there was already, he had finalized the county government plan, which part of it included like refurbishing, modernizing the Pumwani Maternity Hospital at a cost of 400 million shillings. But then that particular provision cannot be implemented because the money that was expected to come from the national government did not arrive. And this despite the fact that in July 2013, when the Jubilee administration was still young, the governor met the cabinet and they agreed that the national government should fast-track payment of these monies through the national treasury. But to date, it's like that particular aspect of agreement has not been implemented. That's why Kidero feels that maybe it's the Jubilee administration that is trying to frustrate his government to realize development. You saw last week when we saw the governors for Nairobi present their papers, they were blaming Kidero for not delivering on services, despite the fact that his administration has received 100 billion shillings in the shareable revenue from the national government. So he's coming up with this argument saying that they are trying to stifle his efforts to ensure that Nairobi residents get the best services from the Nairobi County government. We've also seen the county government give a one-month waiver between 15th May to June 15th, where it's demanding at least 229 billion shillings from residents of Nairobi in terms of land rates. This money is owed the government, and they're saying that they want that money to come to its kitty in order to realize development. Then before the Senate was asked how he can enforce these, and he says that it's very difficult for the government because he cannot attach government property and also it can also maybe auction the property, though the Ratings Act allows for such kind of treatment for those who default on paying either land rates or maybe for the parking bays. But for the private individuals, it says the county government can attach the properties and auction if the members are not able to pay. So these are some of the challenges that Kidero brought before the Senate, seeking their intervention. But now he's been asked to come at least with the proper documentation to show that surely such transactions were done in order for the Senate to take action and see if this money can be recoverable from the national government. So it's something that we'll be looking and see how the county government will go through it, and also the Senate as an institution that is mandated to help county governments thrive and ensure that they deliver services to wananchi. So that is a matter that is before the Senate's Finance Committee, and will soon, maybe in the course of next week, when the Senate resumes from its long recess, we'll now know how it will tackle the matter. Back to you, Akisa.
All right, Patrick, thank you for that update. Our senior